let's just put torches in here. Oh, underneath the armor stand, by the way, looks like there's something. Yes, a source block. What is it? Yeah, source gem block. And this will give you source gems. Yeah, don't forget to grab those if you find these. Welcome, friends, to a new episode of All the Mods 10. How are you guys doing today? I'm having a really great day, and I hope you are too. Woohoo! So today I want to look at Ars Nouveau. Look at this. So we've got this really nice structure. Now, if you use one of those teleport scrolls, I don't have one on me, but anyways, if you take one of those teleport scrolls, I think I have another one at my base, which I can show you after we get back. You can teleport to random structures. Well, today I got to this structure, and if we look at the map, I'm in the middle of nowhere. It just teleported me out in a place I haven't been, which is fine. But in a few episodes ago, or maybe the last one, we were doing some exploring, and I kept looking down some of these. Well, this is what it looks like. So if you go into them, you can get to one of these structures, and it has all this loot, all this Ars Nouveau stuff. So we're going to gather all of this stuff up because we can get this all started at our base, which is really great. Oh, what is that? A Starbuncle charm. Interesting. Let's take that. And we've got all of this stuff, so let's take all that. Okay. We've got some books. That looks good. That looks good. We have all these things. Great. Oh, we have some mage bloom seeds. These are really important. Those are for growing mage blooms. Those are really good. And here is the really cool thing. Let's clear up a little bit of our inventory by learning some of these codex. Harvest, filter block, item. Okay, so we got a couple of filters. That's okay. Let's get the alteration table. Let's get the mage bloom bed. I think all this stuff's going to be really useful because we do want to use Ars Nouveau for learning some things. All right, let's open up our backpack. I did upgrade my backpack to, actually, let me, here it is, to a diamond backpack. So that's really nice. And we've got all those really cool achievements, which is great. Let's put our things in there, all of our Ars Nouveau stuff, because it will all, oh, I also made this wonderful compass. We'll look at that in a little while. So let's take all these. Oh, you have to do it like this. Okay. Containment jar. Yeah, let's grab that. Okay. Great. Did we pick up all the things? I think those are just trapdoors. They do look really cool, so I'll grab some of them. And we got all the stuff out of there. There we go. Those are just some bricks. And let's grab these source lights too, because they are very, very cool. That's kind of a cool light. Oh, I also did make a jetpack too. But I really dislike, let's just put torches in here. Oh, underneath the armor stand, by the way, looks like there's something. Yes, a source block. What is it? Yeah, source gem block. And this will give you source gems. Yeah, don't forget to grab those if you find these. Very cool. Okay, I would like to get back up. I do like this blue carpet. Maybe we'll put this in our house. I don't need this stuff, but we're just gonna take away this whole thing. Why not, right? This stuff could be useful. Okay. Let's take a look. Did we keep any? Let's keep the mossy stone so we can kind of get out of here. Okay, I think I need at least one. I don't think I can jump that high. Ah, there we go. I made it. Okay, can I break this thing too? I can. Okay, so we can use those for warping around as well. Awesome. Very cool stuff. Let's grab a couple more of these lanterns as well, just because I think they're just really kind of cool looking. And that way it will also indicate to us if we ever come across this in the future that we have looted it and I don't have to come back up here again. Cascading archwood. I don't know if I have a blue tree, but I don't know if it's called, is it called cascading? I can't remember if they're all the same. Oh, that just went out into the sea. That's great. Okay. There we go. I guess we could try to chop it down and see what happens, right? Let's see. Why not? Then we'll really know. Really? It's not gonna... I want this to like go away, but it's not going to. I really don't want to break that whole thing, I don't think. It's nice to have the wood, but I was hoping I could maybe get a sapling. Okay, I've made it back with my loot, and that's a warp scroll. It looks similar to this, but it's got different textures on it. Maybe I don't have another one actually. It was my only one. Oh yeah, they're right here. Ancient Explorer's Warp Scroll. So if you click on these, they'll take you to a different place. Now, we're not going to do that. But we're going to keep working on our Ars Nouveau now that I've got all of this loot. Look at all this stuff. So we have to set some things up. And we have an alteration table, which is going to be important. We have a made bloom seed, which we should get that planted as quickly as possible, mainly because they take a very long time to grow. And did we see, we had some source jars in there, did we not? We did, so that's a good thing. We're gonna put that here because whenever things grow, it will shoot source in here if we have... I need another thing though. There's another piece of this equation. Can't remember what it is. Containment jar. That's the warp nexus. Scribes table. We actually don't have the item. An arcane platform. All right, let's take a look at ours. There is a book. There's two books actually. There's multiple books, but there's a guidebook, and then there's also a Explorer's Warp Scroll. That's the thing that we were talking about previously. But there's also a mage book. Yeah, we need one of those. So we need to make that. I don't think I have one. I've got a bunch of these that already have spells in them, which are super powerful. Like arcane weaving. Yeah. Oh baby, look at my armor. So I put all this arcanist armor, or robes I guess, mage gear on, and look at me, I look so fantastic. So the reason I was looking for the book, like the guidebook. There's no guidebook. Oh, we have a guidebook, the big guidebook. I always keep forgetting that there's this guide here. So I did make ourselves a spell book, and if we click on that, it's just a book with a couple of iron tools. Nothing major. So we got that one. We do have some archwood logs, and it looks like we got a cascading sapling, which we were looking for. We do have a scribes table, so we did get started. So the idea here is let's set some of this stuff up. I'm pretty sure that's a cascading guy if we were to go look at it. So I think what we'll do is we will put our scribes table here. Will it let me do that? I think you have to paste it like this. There we go. We have a source jar here. We need to build an apparatus. I can't remember exactly what it is, but if we were to click on the scribes table, and if you find one of those, you know, I don't even know what they're called. You warp to one of the Ars Nouveau, you know, structures, and you get all this stuff. That's great. Otherwise, you have to go through and build it, and that's okay. This stuff doesn't require a ton of stuff to do, but scribes table. So it will require some gold, a few archwood slabs, and some archwood. So nothing. It's not too difficult to make, and we also can make the alteration table, which I'm not exactly sure what we can do with this. So we're gonna put that here. And it is facing a funny way, so we're actually going to face it this way. There we go. It's a little bit far off to where I wanted it. Let's come on. There we go. Nice. So I think if we click on this, yeah, invalid spells. So this can help us make spells. But if we click on the mage book and then we click on our scribes table, we have the ability to look at all of these different things, and we can make different spells and stuff like that. So all those glyphs that we found open these up, which gives us the ability to do more things. So this is obviously break, and I think if we do G, no, right click, there is a spell. We probably have to check the key binding for that, which I don't know exactly what it is. But let's get rid of this. And there is an item that we need to make for making spells. What is it here? I think we actually need, what am I'm just typing random things. Let's look at the guide here. This can help us along. I was working on this a while back and I forgot. The imbuement chamber. Yes, that's what we need. So let's make one of those. And it requires gold and some source logs. Okay, B. We've got some source logs here. Do I have any other wood? Did I put it all away? I did put it all away. So let's grab that. And let's grab a little bit more. Okay. And let's grab some gold. Wrong chest. I think it is just like this. Nope, I did that wrong, didn't I? Is it imbuement chamber? There we go. Oh, other way. I get that backwards all the time. So let's do this. And what this is going to do, if we put that there, this gives us the ability to make source gems. So if we get ourselves some lapis, and we put a lapis in here, boom. Over time, this is going to turn into a gem. So I actually recommend that you make a couple of these. We're going to make 5 more, so I have 6 of them. Actually, we'll do 5. We'll do 5 total. And we do this. Oh, geez. Okay. And we need to find a place for these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this takes a little bit of time. And there we go. We now have a source gem. We have the ability to make more source gems. So the idea is whenever you're like around and you're doing this, just take your lapis and just fill them up and then go about your business, because then you will get some more. Now let's take a look at this. We do have ourselves a source block and more source gems to make other things. So let's continue on in ours, and we made our imbuement chamber. Let's get those. We've made a source gem. Yay. Whoops. And we got that. We have source stone. We have a source jar. It makes so many things. Now this is what we need. What, the volcanic source link? I think it's this one. Create source using plants for growth. So we want to make this. So we need source gems, some gold, and some wheat. We have source gems. Do we have any wheat? I'm sure we do. We must have wheat. I don't have any wheat. For reals? I think maybe I put it over here. I do. There's a wheat. Perfect. So let's grab that. How do we make that again? I can never remember. Source gems, wheat, and then 2 gold. So let's do this. We've got that and wheat. We did it wrong again. I do that every time. Okay, so now we can place this guy down. And what this is going to do is whenever these plants tick or grow, it's going to, actually, let's put this, yeah, this is fine. This should work. We're going to switch these around, actually. So we're going to put the source here, and then we're going to put the source jar right here. So whenever this stuff grows, that's not what I wanted to do. I do have a bunch of source jars, so that would be nice to fill these up. We'll put it right on top of that guy. So, and we're just going to leave this the way it is. So when these tick, this will pick up anything that grows on a tick rate, and then it will start to fill these with source, which is really nice because we will need those to do some of the next stuff. So if we look at the quests and we scroll back down, we now got this guy. But we can make enchanting. So we need to make some arcane pedestals and enchanting apparatus. Now I think I have an enchanting pedestal, do I not? It's an arcane platform, not an enchanting pedestal. So we have to make that. There we go. It filled in. Do you see now it's a little purple there? So whenever these grow, this is going to fill out. It's very passive, which is nice. Okay, we've got ourselves some source gems here, which is great. And where's our lapis? Let's fill those back up again. And there is a way to automate all of this. We can get that going at some point. We're not going to do that right now, but we're just getting started with Ars Nouveau for now. Okay, let's take a look. We need to make ourselves an arcane pedestal. And we need source stone, which we have, some gold nuggets. Oh, the arcane platform does make the arcane pedestal. Okay, but we do need to make more. So we could grab that guy and do this and change it if we wanted to, which is perfect. But we can change it back too. So very neat. Now I think we need 4 of them to start. So arcane, and we want to make these. We need gold nuggets and source stone. So let's go here. We have some source stone. I wonder if it will work with those or not. There's 8 of them, and that's what we need 6, so we can make 1 at least. And we need some gold nuggets. I have gold on me, obviously. Okay, and we should be able to make that guy. We are still missing source stone. How do we make that? We need compressed stone, source stone, mosaic. Oh, okay, so we can change these to source stone. Okay, perfect. So we should be good now. And we got ourselves a pedestal. So since we've made the pedestal, we need 2 more of those, so I need more source stone, but that's okay. And I think we need smooth stone. Did I make any of that? Do I have any smooth stone? I do, but not a lot. So we can do this with a source. Oh, does that not work? Is it just regular stone? Oh, I guess we could use diorite. Yeah, stone. Oh, that's smooth stone. I need regular stone. Wah, wah, wah. I did say we could use andesite. There we go. And I think we can make, you know what, let's just make a stack of this. We're gonna make more, right? And now we can make 2 more of those pedestals. 1 and 2. And we'll switch that one over. And now we've got our pedestals. We're gonna need those in a little bit. And enchant. We need to make the next thing, which is the enchanting apparatus. We need a diamond, some gold, and some nuggets. So I think we just need to pick ourselves up a diamond. Okay. And we'll set this up in a little bit. I'll show you how this works. And then there's another piece that we need. And I think it's a core. The arcane core. Okay. So let's do this right here. So we're going to put ourselves down the core. Okay. And yeah, this is going to be a little compact. That's okay. So you put the core down, and then you can put your pedestals around it like this. Now, this is just temporary because you can expand this to make it up to 8 even. So what we want to do is put the enchanting apparatus on top. There we go. Okay, so now what we can do is why is it not giving us the achievement? We did that correctly. Oh, you need to make 8 of them. Okay, so I need to make 4 more of those guys. Oh, geez. Okay. Okay, so I had a weird bug where I made a bunch of these pedestals and it wasn't working. It wasn't updating. I had to log out and log back in for it to tell us that it was good. So that was kind of a bummer. So I now have 2 sets of those. So I got it working. But we now have the enchanting apparatus. We have ourselves a core, which goes underneath, and then we have our pedestals that go around. So I actually have too many of them, but we can make 2 sets of these so we could have things going at the same time. Now, the whole idea for doing this is so that we can make source seeds, I believe. These mage bloom seeds, and we need any type of seed along with source gems. Now I've been making a whole bunch of source gems, so I've got almost a stack, which is really nice. So let's get ourselves some seeds and I'll show you how this works. I don't know, rice seeds might work. Let's see. So if we take our source and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we put our seeds in the middle. The enchanting core must be aligned with the base of the enchanting. It is. I'm not sure. Maybe I've done something wrong. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Okay, I have the base. That's the enchanting apparatus. I've got the core. maybe it has a specific way to go. Maybe that's it. Okay. I'm guessing that's what happened. Okay. And let's do this. And let's take our seeds. Will it work? Yes. Okay, so there is an orientation, so just be aware of that. Okay, so look at that. How cool is that mechanic? It even makes noise. And we have ourselves a mage bloom seed. So now we can grow these mage bloom seeds. Awesome. We're going to get rid of you and place that guy there. That's still growing. These take forever to grow, by the way. So, and that's okay. The reason we want those is because those mage blooms make these, which then help us make more. So if we go to uses, we can make a different bundle. We can make a different hat. And it gives us the ability to make some other things. So this is a core mechanic of Ars Nouveau, and this is really the beginnings of getting started. You can also make all of your gear too. So that's tier 4. If we go down to tier 1 and we click on this, it does require us to go to the enchanting apparatus. So we can upgrade them. That's tier 2. We want tier 1. So if we click on that, we can dye it. That's kind of cool. There we go. So you would take those mage blooms with some golden boots. And, oh, bro, come on. I'm trying to explain stuff, buddy. F you. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's go in our house where it's safe. And yeah, so you can, like I was explaining, you can make these by getting the mage bloom fibers and then making the gear. Now, if you find one of those particular wonderful places, like the structure that we found, you will find all the gear all together, which is really nice to have. Okay, there's dudes that need to die. Where'd he go? What? Really? Okay. Okay, friends. Well, that is a good... We will look at getting spell books and things going, because I have yet to set the keys, which is kind of tricky, if I remember correctly. You know what? Let's just check it out. Mods. No, we don't want mods. Options, controls, key bindings. And Ars. No. Spell book. Maybe it's C? It is not C. So yeah, I don't want to do this on camera. That could take a while to figure that out, because you never know. You know, these are kind of a pain. We'll take a look at that in the next episode. But this is how you get started with Ars, at the very least, is get yourself some imbuement chambers, get yourself a scribe's table, get yourself a source jar with a source or agronomic source link, put it near a farm so you can start getting source, and then build yourself some pedestals, a core, and an enchanting apparatus. And that is the basics of Ars Nouveau getting started. Now, the next part would be to do... Now, see, it's going to bother me if I don't do it, because the part of the basics is actually doing show conflicts. And let's do C. Does it tell us? So, activate hotbar. We're going to change that. Are there any other C's? Yep, get rid of that one. Cycle light mode. Yeah, get rid of that one. Cycle trades, buy. Exalted crafter, no. See what I'm saying? There's all these different... You have to make sure none of them are bound to other keys, otherwise it starts messing with you. Configure installed HUD, no. Cycle next, no. Run inventory, no. There we go, done. So is this going to work? There we go. Now we can open up our spell book, which is C. So what's really cool is you can create different spells, and we'll go through this really quickly. So the thing we want to do, we're going to start with. That's why you want to update all those glyphs. You can create a bunch of different spells, and we don't have that many because I haven't done a ton of exploring. But so what we're going to do is we're going to do projectile and then break. Okay, and then we are going to create, and actually we're going to call this break and then create. And now this is in slot number 1. Now if we're holding our book and we go over to a block like this and we right click, boom, it breaks the block. Very cool. And obviously we can get into spells and different things later, but I wanted to show you the mechanic of it. So once you open up your spell book, you can make all kinds of different things, and there's lots and lots of different things that you can make. So there's all these different filters. We have different runes. We can rotate blocks. We can interact. We can pick up items. Conjure Mage Light is going to be kind of interesting. So if we were to create a second spell and we were going to do touch and Conjure Mage Light, and we'll do light, and let's create that, it'll create a light. Kind of like creating a torch. So now if you want to get rid of them, you just left click them and they go away. So we now have light all over the place. Wherever we need light, we can place it, and it doesn't cost us anything except for that little mage bar down below. There's also upgrades to all of this stuff, but we'll get into more of that as we get started. But look at me, I'm a wizard. So Ars Nouveau, we've gotten the basics started. I'm quite excited. Sorry for the chaos of this particular episode. I felt like I was all over the place, and I'm sure it kind of showed. One is because I'm not super familiar with Ars Nouveau, and I'm kind of stumbling my way through it. 2, I'm misremembering things that I did like 2 weeks ago from when I started in Ars Nouveau. And 3, I've been distracted by other things going on, so I apologize for that. Oh! Before we go, one last thing, the nature's compass. I wanted to show this off. So I made a nature's compass, which if we go to the recipe, it doesn't take much, just a couple of trees, some wood, and a compass. So if you make this and then you right click, it gives you the full list of all of the places and biomes we can go. So let's say we were looking for an aspen boreal. Let's click on that and let's go to start search. See, in the upper left-hand corner, it tells us which way to go. If we follow the arrow, we know that there's one over there. So if we go 600 blocks that way, it will be good to go, which is really nice. And then you can go look at this for any other thing. So I'm going to look through this. I'm going to start trying to find ourselves a place to live. And there was one in here that I thought was really interesting. A black forest. I don't know what that is, but there is one like 4,000 some blocks away that way, I believe. Okay, I was wrong. It's 5,000 blocks the other way. Oh, wait, no. Am I right? Yeah, so 4,200 blocks that way. So it's well past where we have actually gone. So this is like 3,000. So it's like out up here somewhere. So that is something we have to do. I did go exploring. I found some badlands that I needed to find because I was trying to get gold. Come to realize there's not a lot of gold in the badlands either. So gold is really hard to come by. I'm having trouble finding it. I have found some, but I think that's what I have left is 17, and that's it. I've used it up on this. 17. So I had to use it for my upgrades and then also for Ars Nouveau, and now I'm pretty much out of all my gold. 21. I have 21 total, plus a couple nuggets. So, all right, friends, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I most certainly did, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and have yourselves a great day. Take care.